Yeah. How's it going? This is TM Lyle. I got a subject that I think we need to talk about here. I'm going to be saying some things that are maybe a little uncomfortable. I'm going to be politically unhinged and unapologetic, and I'm going to say a lot of things that are politically incorrect. But I think the main thing is here is I'm going to tell the truth. So I'm going to call this "Wake Up, America," or we're going to lose America. So first of all, I want to talk about the black community. I see some of the people in Chicago waking up to some of the things that are going down on the border, but there are other things that I want to talk about within the black community as we see going on in America. One of the big things we see, the unemployment under this presidency has doubled. Write that down in case you need to, for your friends or whoever you want to spread that to. Also, crime has risen, poverty has risen. All those things have happened under Barack Obama's watch. And Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. These guys, if they can keep you down, it keeps them up. In other words, if you're not making it in this world, that's how they get you to vote for them. Because everybody's keeping you down. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's sad because, you know what? That's not what America's about. America is about working hard, working your tail off. I myself have been a businessman for 25 years. I was dirt poor. My mother became a doctor, and Dad was retired military, and we all started from nothing. I mean, just nothing. And I come from a large family of 7 kids, and I want to tell you right now, hard work creates good luck. And we need to instill a lot of those values back in the black community. And along with God, I think God is one of the biggest things that's been taken out of the black community. And that is hurting us. And you guys have been hornswaggled when it comes to them helping you. I mean, most people in the black community don't know the real history of why blacks vote for Democrats and or progressives, whatever you want to call them. And there's some guys on the right too, and the Republicans that are phonies too, that have some issues there too. But the issue here with the Democrats is that they, JFK in the 60s, before that time period, blacks overwhelmingly voted Republican because we were the party of Lincoln. Okay, we're the ones that a lot of white guys like myself, and even though I have some Italian in me and other cultures in me, one of the things we did is we stood up for that. We stood up for them, and we were the people that led for the civil rights. What people don't realize is that we were the Byrds and the Gores. They were part of the Democrat Party that were part of keeping the black community down, and they're still doing it today. And so I want to inspire you to learn the truth. I think if you'll give some time and credence to people like Mark Levin and people out there, David Bartons of the world, and so many people, the Heritage Foundation, Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, they have been talking about this for years. And it's so sad because I see so many great potential black leaders and black men, and they have torn down the family structure and made it unimportant. We've got so many young black men out there without fathers, and also then they're taught to carry on that cycle and leave these unwed mothers with 3, 4, 5 children and living on the system. They need to know the truth. We don't want that in America. That's not what America's about. We want them to have upward mobility. Let's change our thinking and try to think there are better ways than living off the system and living off other people's money. Americans that work hard, that are black, white, Chinese, and Native American. Let's think about, do I want to live off other people's money? Let's get out there and work hard. Let's change America back in the direction that we need to be in. So that's one of the first things I want to talk about. We need to wake up America. We need to do that. The Hispanic community. We have great leaders in the Hispanic community. And we see they're kind of waking up because you're seeing all this stuff happening down on the border. We got a lot of bad people, MS-13 gangs and people coming across there. We need to close this border, Mr. President. We need to shut this thing down. I bet if we put Donald Trump in charge of it, he'd get that wall built, he'd put that dang thing up, and we'd have that thing done. That is ridiculous. We can put a man on the moon, we can create satellites, we can do unbelievable things, yet we can't put a wall up? You got to be kidding me, man. Wake up, America. We can do this. But we got to put the heat on. We got to put the pressure on the right people. And we need to do it collectively in a way where America stands together on core issues. And that's what we need to do. What they're doing to you is they're creating a red herring and taking your eye off the ball. And you're looking at the getaway van when it's right over here. Man, you got to wake up on these issues because we're going to lose America if we don't do that. So I'm challenging you to get your brain off the couch and get out there and get involved and make sure that they're telling the truth. Okay, that's one of the big things you got to stick on. With the Hispanic community, I think that you need to look for great leaders. There's people out there like Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz and Nancy Martinez of New Mexico. There are some really great leaders that know what the issues are. That's the thing is see where you stand on the issues. You'll find that once you know the issues, like myself, when I was younger, I tended to not really know the issues, and so I thought I was over here when I realized I was over here. Those were where my values lie. But what you've been being dealt is a bunch of lies and smoke signals, and they've been covering up what it's really about because they use certain words and terminology that fool you into thinking they care about you. But you need to look around your community and say, are things getting better? Grijalva, Raul Grijalva in Tucson, Arizona, he's a guy that's saying, touting, oh, they're just spreading hate and this and that. They throw out all these words when in his own communities, things aren't getting better. Violence is up. Drugs are up. There's just all kinds of things that are worse than they were when these guys get in the office, which I believe in term limits. I think the president does 8 years at the most. I don't think anybody should do more than 8 years. We send these people and they're there for life, whether on the Republican side or the Democrat side or they're independent. I myself, I'm an independent. So, but here's the thing. You guys need to wake up. Look at the real issues and look at what's going down there on the border, and we need to fight against all this stuff that's going on down there because we got people coming across from Yemen, Syria, different places. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Pakistan, and these people are not here to help America. These MS-13 gangs, these are bad people. I mean, in Texas alone, there has been over the last 6 years, I think it's 640,000 crimes against Texans, which are of all races, whites, blacks, Mexican, Native Americans. All of them have been attacked by some of these really bad people crossing the borders. So you guys need to think about this. Plus, they're bringing in diseases and things that we may not even know what they are, and they haven't been vaccinated. All these things. So those are a couple of the things. The other thing I want to talk about within the black, I'm going to go back to the black community, is one of the things, just one point about the Democrat Party, and they've stood on this for so long, is abortion. Abortion, sad thing. The giving the right to create a selfish act for women that are willing to kill the life of a child, and let's call it what it is. How many great black leaders have we lost? How many great thinkers in the black community have we lost? I mean, Ben Carson's one of the greatest neurologists we've ever had from Johns Hopkins. You've got Thomas Sowell, one of the great thinkers and minds and professors. You've got J.C. Watts, and Herman Cain, and just so many. David Webb. There's so many of them, and these guys. I like what Ben Carson said at one time. He said, when I slice somebody's head open, I see but one color. I see red, that of Jesus Christ, that red blood. And I think we need to get past all that, the race baiting stuff, because I believe that you still have a big part of the Democratic Party that is out there teaching hatred against us. And I love my black brothers and sisters, my Hispanic brothers and sisters, and I hang out with all of them. And I don't see color. I see people that God created. And I think that you guys need to wake up and fight against all this stuff in a good way, in a productive, peaceful manner. But don't cave to these ideas. Find out the truth. Wake up, America. That's the key right here. There are some other things that I want to talk to you about. Within all the communities, if you don't know how to get involved, start seeking out. Find people that are objective enough to follow truth only. Because I think that people tend to cling on to people because they sound good, because they might be popular. We don't need to do that. I think that's we need to go out there and try to have an intelligent decision when trying to follow and learn information. So I think I've covered most of what I want to say, but in my closing here, I am passionately driven to try to bring issues to the table that I think that are important to saving this country. I think this country, started out as Old Yeller, if you will. It was the dog that was beat on and kicked on, and we were at the bottom of the heap. Now we're at the top of the heap, but we're starting to lose that, our greatness, and what we would call American exceptionalism, which is the ability to have the liberties and freedoms that we have out of that. So if we can realize our greatness and the potential, and realize that government is not the solution. We are the solution. We're the ones that can make a difference. But we have to be thinking well before we act, and make sure that we follow the truth. Okay? I'm T.M. Lyle, and this is my rant. This is about waking up America and making good decisions about saving this country. Thanks a lot for listening. Thanks a lot.